I've got the Thinktank FPV session here. Is it worth the price? Well, I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Right off the bat, when you look at this backpack, you can't ignore that they put some time into designing it. It's a really nice bag. It is made of good material. It looks nice. It has what I feel are very high quality zippers. They feel good. You know that zipper that you zip and it just feels right? Well, I think that's how these feel. I'm pretty sure that these are really good zippers. It's set up really well, and when I first started looking into this bag, I thought, I don't like that style. I don't like those shelves at that angle, and I don't like the idea of setting my backpack down in this way to pull everything out and moving that flap over and letting that hit the ground. I thought I wasn't going to like that. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I don't think you can do it really any other way unless you create a bag that stands up and you can just place things in, like the bag I reviewed just recently. Still a great bag, but I'll tell you right now, I was really enthusiastic about it. I was a bit skeptical about this bag. This is my favorite right now. I can't lie. Now, the only thing that's not that great about it is the price. So let's look at some of the features of this bag, and then we'll really talk about whether or not it's worth it. So the way you secure your quads is pretty simple. A lot of guys have different ways of doing it, but what Thinktank did here is they just gave us some straps that run vertically that are set up to just clip in and unclip very easily and releasing the quad. So they basically just go over the arms. You don't have to wrap it around any motors or make any kinds of wraps. You just put the strap over, clip it in. And so we'll just take these off. They fall right off. So there's no tangle, there's no mess. It's a little bit more tricky to put it on, but to take it off, you're done. A couple clicks, you're done. So that part of it is really nice. Now, when you're just looking at the bag and breaking down the different components of it, this section right here has a different material than the rest of the bag. It's a lighter gray color, and it's really soft. It feels like a real soft canvas type material. The only thing that I'm seeing on it that's not that great is it seems like it's pilling a little bit straight off the factory floor. I don't think it's a really big deal. I'm just being really critical with the texture of it. It's probably going to hold up just fine. But that's really the only negative that I can see. And I've been looking at it for quite a while, trying to find things that aren't that great, and really that's the only thing I can come up with. So to get into the bag, we just undo these zippers. There's two of them that we can pull to open this front flap up. Now you can still open this like this with your quads on. I don't like doing that because they're just banging around, and ultimately it doesn't matter because we crash our quads into trees and rocks anyway, and they're fine. They're built fine. So it can handle that little bit of abuse of moving that around. So once we get inside, this whole flap is not just something that gets wasted. I have a Microsoft Surface Pro 2 that slides in there really nicely, and that fits perfectly in that pouch. Above that section we have a netting that has a zipper on the top and the bottom, so you can pull things out whatever direction you're in. You can get access to them. I thought that's a really nice feature there. Why only put it on the top? Because if it's laying down this way and you're approaching the bag from this side, it's a lot easier to just open that bottom flap and get into that area there. So I have mine set up in a way like most people, I think. I put my Tyrannus in this main front pouch here, so that just slides in and out pretty easily. Now if you're really concerned about your gimbals, you want to put some gimbal protection on there because they're going to be hitting that section if that's something that concerns you. There's also room you can put your goggles, your Fat Shark goggles, next to it, but they're not going to fit when you have them in this case. So for now, I like to keep my goggles in a case. I have lenses in there, so I keep them in this, and that I just put in this front pouch. And next to that, I have my power adapter for my laptop. Above the Tyrannus section, there's some nice netting material so you can slide in a bunch of small tools. If you're putting in screwdrivers, you want to secure them with these elastic straps. If you just put a screwdriver in there and let it bounce around, it's probably going to poke holes in this netting eventually. So they give you that nice area to secure those things. Above that, once you're in this section, there's actually some room behind this section for your tools. And I just stuffed in there some wires. It creates like a little shelf, a little drop off where you can put a bunch of little things in there. So that's really nice. And then above that we have another flap. And really these flaps or these shelves, you can pull these out and move them around to whatever depth you need them to be at. I put a bag of props. I've got quite a few props in there that just slide there. My battery bag, there's about 9 batteries or so in there, and they fit in very nicely. You just have to probably take out your props first, shove that in, get it situated a little bit, and then stuff your props in after that. So it's a little bit of a tight fit with that, but really nothing's getting hurt. You might have to move things around just to get it situated so that that flap can come down and rest nicely. Above that, I just have some tools slid in here, and I could probably fit quite a bit of other stuff in the shelving system. So that's what I have in there. Now when we close that, there's another pouch up here. That comes from the factory with the rain cover in there. So that's pretty nice. And you can fit some other things while keeping that rain cover in there. On the bottom, there's another pouch. It's not huge, but you could probably fit a lot of little miscellaneous things. My whole hand can fit in there, and I can spread it out to about that wide, and there's a lot of room in there. Both sides here you have your standard drink style pouches where you can put in a water bottle, but you can use that for just about anything, and it'll stay in there pretty good. On this side, there is another zipper on this whole side, so you can get access to all this real estate right here. The other side doesn't have that, so that's, when you're wearing it, that's your left side. You can get a lot of stuff in that section. There aren't a lot of hidden pouches. It's not one of those bags that just has tons of spaces for little things, but the space that it has, it uses it very well. I think the layout is fantastic. Again, the quality is top-notch. And really, Thinktank, I believe, has a history of making really high-quality bags for photography and different specialty bags set up for special purposes. It's not just a bag to try to accommodate tons of different things. This one is designed for our hobby, specifically for FPV. So I think it does a really nice job. Now the question is it worth the price? Well, I don't know. To you it might not be. And I don't think it's really worth $150 to me either. When you just pose, is it worth it? Can I stomach $150 for it? Yes, I can. Because I think where it just kind of excels at the whole picture when you consider how does it look. That's important. A lot of people feel, nah, it's not that important. Well, to many people it is. It's got to look nice. You want to carry something around that looks nice. Is it functional? It's really functional. It does what it says it does well. So those things combined, and then you add the quality on top of those. So you've got how it looks, is it functional, and what kind of quality. It gets an A+ on all those for me. So if you have $150 that you can stomach spending on a bag, if you're going to be traveling and you're going to go hiking through the woods to get at a flying location, this thing is awesome. If you're just going to transport your gear, throw it in the car, and then drive over to the park, maybe $150 to do that is not really a good idea. It's not going to help you that much there. You might as well just throw things in a regular old backpack and you'll be fine. But if you're going to do some trekking, if you're going to go to some weird places that are hard to get to, this bag I think is great for that. It's really low profile. You can get through trees and all kinds of obstacles to get to your flying location, and it's going to do a good job. And once you're there, you're going to be really organized. You just open this flap up, get your gear, you're ready to go. So overall, the verdict is, this is my new favorite bag. The last one I reviewed, I loved it. I still love it. But I now add the importance of how nice does it look and how does it, the quality. And it really, this bag is incredible to me. Now maybe something better will come along, but for now this is my go-to bag. The last video just the other day I said this is my go-to bag. Well, this one just stole that position. So hopefully this video helped you. If you're thinking about the Thinktank FPV session bag, give it a shot. I'll put a link where you can buy it. Try it out. If you hate it, you can send it back and get a refund. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate your attention. I hope this video helped. And get out there and fly and be safe.